we've just switched over now to take a look at how it would work if there's a coordination of benefits. So that means that not only does Tom have a plan at his workplace, which covers him, his spouse, and his kids, but Mary also has a plan at her workplace, which covers herself, her spouse, and her kids. So they're all double covered, right? So let's take a look. So Tom's plan is here. We've already talked about this. He's got a single deductible of 50, family deductible of 150, co-insurance factor of 80%, and Mary's plan looks like this. And again, this will be given to you in the question, and I'm just going to move it a little bit closer so you can see it more carefully. So Mary's plan looks like this. She has a single deductible of $50, a family deductible of $100, and a co-insurance factor of 100%. That means they cover the full 100% after the deductible has been paid, right? Unlike Tom's plan, which covers 80%. So there is that difference. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at how it works. If it's Tom's claim, then it goes to his plan first, and then it goes to Mary's plan. Why do we need to know who's the first pair and who's the second pair? Because whoever the first pair is picking up the bulk of the payment, and you'll see what I mean in this example. Okay, so to determine who is going to be the first person who's where the claim is submitted, if it's their own claim, so if it's Tom's claim, it goes to his plan first, and then they can submit the same claim to Mary's plan. If it's Mary's claim, it goes to her plan first, and then they can submit the same claim again to Tom's plan. What about the kids? Now, what if it's one of their kids? If it's one of their kids, the way in which we figure it out, it goes to the parent whose birthday falls first in the calendar year. So we're not looking at the year here. So if, like, let's say Mary is 2 years older than Tom, that doesn't matter. But if Mary's birthday is in October and Tom's birthday is in February, it will always go to Tom's plan first. So whoever's birthday falls first in the calendar year. So let's take a look at an example here. So we have Tom's claim for $300, and we're going to ignore the previous example where we said they reached their family deductible. So it's a new example, right? So Tom's claim is here for $300. So because it's Tom's claim, it will go to Tom's plan first. So it goes to Tom's plan. He has a deductible of $50, and then $250. The insurance company says we will pay you 80% of this. So 80% of $250 is $200. So the insurance company has given Tom $200 for this claim. How much did they spend out of their own pocket? What is the out-of-pocket expense? And this is important that we need to know this, because when we send it to the next plan, it's important to know this. So you'll see why. So to figure out of pocket, what was the difference? So the claim was for $300, insurance company gave them $200. So the $100 they had to pay out of their own pocket. So the out of pocket expense is $100. Now what they're going to do, if there's two plans, it's called a coordination of benefits. So they take the same claim and they submit it now to Mary's plan. Mary's plan is going to take a look. They're going to say, okay, if we were the first pair, how much would we have paid? So if this claim came to us first, how much would we have reimbursed this family? If it came to them first, they would have taken the $50 for deductible, because remember, Mary's plan also has $50 deductible. So they would have taken $50 for the deductible. And then it has 100% co-insurance factor. So they would have taken $50 out, and they would have paid the rest 100%. So they would have paid $250. This is a problem, because if the insurance company gave them $250, they're actually overpaying that, right? So this is why it's important to know how much was the out-of-pocket expense. Because what the second pair does is they say, okay, we are going to pay the lesser of, so the lower amount between whatever we would have done if we were first, or their out-of-pocket expense. Whichever number is lower, that's what we will give. So if they were the first pairs, they would have paid $250. However, out-of-pocket expense is only $100. So they're going to give the lower amount. So for this plan, Mary's plan would give $100 for this claim, because if they give them $250, they're actually overpaying them $150, which they didn't even spend, right? So they don't want to overpay, they just want to reimburse whatever the family has spent. So this way, if there is a coordination of benefits, if both of the spouses have a plan which they're covered under, it is great, because at the end of the day, they have zero out-of-pocket expense, right? Or very minimal, because the plans would be able to cover majority of the cost. So again, quick recap, this claim is Tom, so it goes to Tom's plan first. Take out the deductible, then we figure out how much the co-insurance factor is. He's getting $200 from his own company. That means the difference is $100. That's what he's paying out of his pocket. It's going to go to Mary's plan next, after, and they're going to see if we were the first payers, how much would we have paid? They would have taken out their deductible and did a full reimbursement, because the co-insurance factor for Mary's plan is 100%. And they always pay the lesser amount, either out of pocket or if they were first. So they would get $100 from Mary's plan for this claim and $200 from Tom's plan. And then that way they get that full $300 and they have zero out of pocket expense. Okay. So I hope it makes sense. Again, please rewatch, especially this segment if it is confusing, because there are a lot of calculations. I did try to go through each of the calculations step by step so it makes sense. But you do need to know how to calculate those benefits with a single plan and with a coordination of benefits. All right, so thank you so much, and then we'll join again for the next segment.